all around the bubble that our area of responsibility is.
Right. Theme reinforcement, meaning they just started a contract and they had their initial contract negotiations. Snipers. When he said, "You don't need snipers, you effing a little piece of advice." You know why? After your protectee was fatally exactly shot, how his lack of accountability led to Charlie Kirk's death. Brian Harpole was not made for the role of private protector. Today, I'll take you through the Shawn Ryan interview from the standpoint of accountability, and I'll show you exactly how his lack of accountability led to Charlie Kirk's death. Who am I? My name is Michael Braun. I'm a former member of the German Bavarian USK Rapid Response Unit. I was a police officer for 7 years in Germany, and after moving to California, I started my career in private protection in 2012, and I now run my own security firm. But before we continue, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button below, and also like this video. I really appreciate it. And also, I know a lot of my viewers are former police officers, executive protection professionals. Please do me a favor and comment below. I know you have a vast amount of experience. I'd love for us to have an open discussion here about this tragic incident that happened to Charlie Kirk. Our prayers and thoughts are with Charlie Kirk's wife and kids.
We look at mathematics too, and there's probabilities and possibilities, right? And I look at the probabilities. The possibilities are infinite. And the probabilities are that it's not. The probabilities are the people that want to hurt him or the people that are screaming things at him in front of us half the time.
All right, Andrei Kolmogorov, godfather of probability theory, by the way. Talk about probability and infinite possibilities in the matter of protection. First off, I'd like you to explain the possibilities are endless to Charlie Kirk's wife, who just lost her husband. And you dealing with probability, and your mathematics are way off, by the way, because you said 50% or half the time the person is from close. This means the chance with an infinite number of possibilities is higher to have an attack from afar, which is incorrect. Yeah, most assassinations actually in history happen from close distance. So I know what you wanted to say. You just said a bunch of BS, but it sounds like you listened to the Andrew Bustamante and Piers Morgan interview right before you went on the show. Let me clue you in on something, Sweet Pea. Andrew Bustamante is a CIA guy. He was never a protector, so I wouldn't listen to his stuff when it comes to protection. It makes you look bad to anybody in this industry.
Right, so we start the back work up, and then we're a little different also as far as our guys don't just get to show up. The team goes out, and we physically build all of our prevention model.
Let me give you a little piece of advice. After your protectee was fatally shot, you usually don't say, "We do things a little differently also." Your words, if you read deeper into them, and I know a lot of people that watch the show probably didn't, mean we do things a little different because you didn't really know how to build a detail. So you used your protectors to also chime in and put their ideas in the head. Look, I'm all for an open door policy, but as the security director, as the experienced one, as the guy that is gonna be put on a national, international, worldwide show, if your principal dies, you better build the detail, because your guys, most likely as employees, are not as dedicated to the cause as you are. Naturally, they're collecting a paycheck. They want to do right, but they are also not as invested as you. So the person that builds the security strategy has to be you. The company owner, security director, the person in charge. Also, by the way, your liability insurance better be astronomically high after you saying we do things a little differently. Miss Kirk could sue you for that. So just some advice.
So they don't show up and just see it. They physically build it, and we walk through it each other, and we make sure things are done right. And so our guys are pulling bike racks and putting them together, and they're putting tape up, and they're looking at places all around the bubble that our area of responsibility is.
All right, you bring up that area of responsibility and bubble talk quite a few times, and I'll point it out through the course of this interview every time you do. And I don't know if Shawn Ryan realizes, he uses actually a very sophisticated interrogation technique, a technique that I was trained on in Germany as well, which is called the Hans Scharf technique of interrogation. It is a very non-confrontational, very comfortable, relaxed style. In this case, dark, dim room and very friendly in tone, non-confrontational. And something that sticks out here is, from Brian Harpole, is theme reinforcement, meaning he's trying to justify an action by bringing up a repeated theme, which is that talk about bubble and our area of responsibility. I'll point it out and I'll have some more words to say, but I wanted to bring it up early so that you really consciously see that theme reinforcement that he's pushing here.
And so initially, I spent thousands of dollars on drones last year, and got the guy's license. But if the area lies in the Provo, Utah airspace, I can't fly it. That's a 107B. We can't break the rules, right? And then you had secondary restrictions, probably due to heavy foot traffic for the school. But I can't go in and break the rules. There's laws for a reason. And so now the school could have flown drones.
It's a 107B, but the school, another private entity, could have flown drones. And let's just clear it up. I did some research there. It's a crock of shit. I had ChatGPT do a deep research if there was any drone restriction that day or overall. According to what I found, there is no drone restriction. But let's clear this whole drone thing, which is very trendy right now with a lot of new unknowing security companies that are just like this gentleman that don't know their right from their left foot. The drone wouldn't have done so much. You didn't man the tactical observation point. That's it. And we're going to come into we're going to talk about the tactics in a different video. I'm going to make one probably this week. But that was the whole story. Your little drones and anything you read doing some online research from blogs. That's probably how this guy got all of his education, doing some online research after he was a street cop, patrol officer, not looking down on that or anything, in Dallas, Fort Worth. He was super lucky that Schaffer Group hired him apparently without any looking into his knowledge. They just took his credentials and this story he force fed them. That's what I think happened there, and that's why he became a manager. But no fly zone over the university, no 107B or any of this bullshit. And let's not forget, even if those lies that you made up on the fly here were true, it is your job as the security director to find a different way to keep your principal safe. And if you cannot keep your principal safe, then it is your job to advise your principal that you are unable to keep him safe. And worst case, you step out of the details saying, we either don't have this or you do it alone. That's what a real security company would do, Brian.
And so table the drones, which would have been awesome. Absolutely. I believe in them, but I can't break the law to do it. We're out there not only protecting them physically, but I have to protect the reputation of the client also. And that's a whole separate thing of protection. So the drones would have been awesome, but I can't break the law. They could have used them. They chose not to. And you got Overwatch, you know. Yeah, snipers on roofs. I got guys that are qualified. That's their career. But this is not a State Department job. I don't have an ITAR, and this is in Iraq. This is Utah. I can't go in and set up, observation points with snipers. That's against the law. I can't break federal and state law to do what we need to accomplish. So that's their job. Our job is the close protection bubble, and there's a saying on this, and there's areas of responsibility.
There it is again, everyone, the close protection bubble and our areas of responsibility. And do you see the theme reinforcement here? Bubble of responsibility, and we can't do anything that is against the law. We cannot set up snipers. You don't need snipers, you effing a-hole. You know why? A person on that roof could have been an old lady, would have deterred this guy from going up there and shooting, most likely. Or the old lady could have just pushed him or whatever and kept him from shooting someone. So no, you would have just had to man the TOP, the tactical observation point. That's it. You don't need snipers. You don't need laser guns. You don't need whatever, an alien spaceship over it that abducts the shooter. You don't need all that crap. You just need someone that's up there. So yeah, he recognizes his fault. That's what's going on here. And he uses theme reinforcement to make himself get out gracefully. By the way, I'm gonna make a mock interview of how I would have handled that situation if I would have been in that unfortunate situation. Wouldn't have happened to me, but how I would have used actual disarming honesty to make this a graceful exit here. But yeah. All right, everyone, there's actually going to be a part 2. There is so much bull crap going on here that I just decided on the fly that I'm going to make this a 2-part series. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with a 30-minute video because, yeah, like I said, there's so much shit that, yeah, it makes for 2 to 3 more episodes while keeping you guys engaged. Let's just finish this up with what would Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk say when they just started a contract and they had their initial contract negotiations, when he said, well, whenever I'm out with you, I'm not really there to keep you alive, extending my bubble of responsibility. So if someone shoots you, it's your problem. You have to hire a bigger bubble security company or a maximum bubble security company, whatever bullshit he would have said. Or he would have said, you're on your own, dude. Yeah, they would have probably not hired him. He knows he was responsible for one thing, to keep Charlie Kirk alive. And he shifted blame, not what should I do? I can't set up snipers. Like, come on. He's full of shit. And I hope you see. So please subscribe. Make sure you like this video for the algorithm. Really, it's important. That's what I noticed. I'm brand new at this, but it's really important. I see videos that are liked a lot. They get pushed out to more people. And also, please leave a comment. I know there are a lot of very experienced guys here. I would love your insights and your comments on that. So yeah, thank you. Have a good day, everyone.